Hello and welcome back. This is Kristen from Life of Crafting, and I'm going to do just a quick tutorial on this Tim Holtz. I believe you say it as Rupert. He's this like mythical, but you gotta love him kind of dragon. So I'm putting together a Christmas card, and he's going to be on it. And I'm only going to do one, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to kind of put this together on the video. So you have 9 dies in this video, or I'm sorry, in this set. And you start with the biggest one, and that is known as green one, according to his back etching. This is going to be your base piece. I chose to go with it, and I'm going to start kind of pulling this apart. I'm going fun. I mean, this is, like I said, this is a mythical cartoon basically, so have fun with it. You know, nothing has to be any certain colors, and like I said, I'm gonna do Christmas, so I went with like this is called moss green, and it's a shimmer paper. If I remember, I will put below the link. I had bought this many years ago at a company called paperpapers.com, and this is a really nice, very heavy cardstock that has the shimmer in it, and it's a Star Dreams paper. Then I had this, I think it's called Basil. Again, I bought this off of Amazon probably last year, and it's just like an olive type of color. I wanted the body to be a little bit more boring because I want to have the accents in like his scales and stuff like that. I have not played with the grit paste and all that from Tim Holtz. I'm thinking I'm going to do a little bit of a sample on a scrap paper, and I may do that on him just to give him a little bit of something else. Like just something, like I said, this is supposed to be like fun because he is not, you know, it doesn't, there's no right or wrong with him because he's just a figment of your imagination. So you do have to layer these up. Sorry, I'm trying to do this and talk at the same time. So you do have to layer it up so that, you know, things like the ears get covered up. There are embossed details in here for you to follow along with because you are starting to cover up some of that base. And that's why I would highly recommend you using a liquid glue. The Barely Arts glue is great. I love it, but I find that you get a little bit more, and it's not much, maybe a second or two more time with the glitter art glue, and that's just what I've had out lately. So if you're like me and you don't get it perfect because I have like this back panel that's showing, just trim it off. Honestly, I'm not going to sit here and try and pick this up and everything else. I'm going to just use an X-Acto knife and just trim that section off. I may have to do it a couple of times to get that right. I know you're probably cringing like I'm on this table and why am I doing that, but this table was bought used for my craft room, and I'm not like deliberately setting out to destroy it, but I'm not here to worry about it. So that was pretty much as I needed. Everything else is still kind of hidden. So then I picked this lime satin, I believe it's called, paper from Paper Papers. Now this one, all these dies, they're made by Sizzix, but they're designed by Tim Holtz. They cut fabulously. The only thing I would tell you is that this particular one, and I will go through and help you understand and then dissect these. This one comes out like, as you can see, like zigzag back and forth. So you have to be a little bit more careful. I used my piercing tool. Now I have one from Stamping Up from way back when. But anything that you're using to, you know, dig your dies out, you can use. But like I said, I would just be a little careful to make sure you don't tear this. My paper was on the thinner side, so, you know, I also have that in my working against me. And there are embossed details on this to give you that idea as to where this has to lay down. And so I'm going to stop here and we'll go through. So the first one is where he's doing the darkest color in the back. And like I said, it's mostly for the base. You only really see the color here, a little bit in shadow, kind of around here and here. That's it. And it shines through to be like his snout and stuff in the nose and the mouth and stuff. So that's all you'll see from this. The one that's like kind of the main color is this one that's marked as green 2 on the back. This is the one that you're going to get the main back part of the body and the neck, and it will cut out this section here for scaling on the tail. So if you looked at it, he aged up this part here that was on the stomach. And this is the darkest color. I wouldn't say this would be like a medium color, but he aged it, so I really can't kind of say. But he went with, this is more of an olivey green, and then this is more of like a minty green. So this, I guess, would be like the lighter one. I kind of did mine with this being the darkest, this being the middle, and then this being the lightest. And you will get, so that's that piece. Like I said, it's going to give you like what is going to be like the main color of him. Then the third piece you get cuts out that zigzaggedy part I was telling you about, and then the face. And all of them do emboss this like dotted detail on it. I don't know if his, you see it a little bit in the picture on the front. So when you're done, there's really kind of like an indent where the eyes go, and I haven't cut them out yet. I'm gonna put this on hold and get there. I was getting to a point where I had so much going on that I felt like if I didn't start gluing, I was gonna have an issue. So this is gonna really like hide the 2 layers below it. And again, I'm not getting everything really lined up perfectly. I'm gonna probably wind up trimming. I'm just gonna trim mine because, like I said, you could be sitting here stressing yourself out trying to get them all lined up, truthfully. And if the scissors don't work, then just use the X-Acto knife. There is like a little bit of like a flare here that the eyebrows will go on, so I'm not really going to get too much in there until after I have the eyebrows, because I have a feeling I can use these eyebrow thingies to cover up some of it. But that I knew I wasn't going to be able to cover up. So, and then I do have a little bit right here that's showing, and I'm going to cut that off. So, get rid of that. Then you get another piece that has these like zigzag things on it. This is going to be the extra arm, the extra leg, and basically like the foot part over here for him. I did this is the same color as the medium part, the main body part here. He looks like he did it in another color of green. So again, there's no right or wrong. This is like purely whatever you make it out to be. If you want to do it all in shades of pink, go right ahead. This is going to be whatever story you want to tell with it. I do think, and I didn't do that yet, I do think I want to do a little bit of shading on these. So I'm going to wait on these and do some shading. And I lost my little foot. Where'd the foot go? Oh, no. So I may have to dig around. Oh, here he is. All the way over here is the other little foot. So I'm going to hold these, and then that one is marked as green 4. So I guess he's saying you should have a 4th green color, but like I said, I don't. I just did mine the same as the green 2 that was over here. So that's the big ones. Then I already cut out, this is marked as green 5. I didn't do any green. I told you it's going to be going on a Christmas card. So I believe this is called Mars. This is a bright red shimmer paper I have. And I just took a scrap that I had. Now there is an embossed detail, and Me and my over 50 eyeballs can't really line up too good here. This is another, oh, it is supposed to hang off. Oh my God, I'm over here like worried that I don't have it lined up correctly, but that is supposed to hang off, I guess. Ooh, I was supposed to have 2 of them hang off. Look at that. Ooh. So again, make it what you want. I'm gonna have that. I think I'm gonna go and just cut myself a little piece of red, and he's gonna have an extra scale that wasn't on there. But who's gonna know? Yeah, see, I have a little bit showing here. And again, who cares? Like, who knows? I don't know if I was supposed to have that lined up right. I have no idea. You wait and see my Christmas card. He's still going to be cute. Guarantee you. So, let me hide that. When I come, I'm going to put his little eyebrows on, and then when I come back, we'll get to a little bit more of the details. And I'm guaranteeing you, you're not going to notice, and you're going to like it. So the little eyebrows, yeah. He's got them, you can tell because they either look like a V or like a check mark. One check mark goes off to the right and one check mark goes off to the left. So the little left goes on the left side. And like I said, he's got these little pieces here hanging off. So you can, you can tell where you're lining them up. This is another place where having that fine tip on the glue is really going to help you. And you see a little bit of the green behind it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut my extra little piece of red for over there, because I should have had basically it all. These 2 should have been here and here, and I should have saw what I was doing before I guess turned the video on, but who is going to know? So then I have to cut this out, which is marked yellow 2. This is going to be the little feet toe part down here and the color of his eyes. Then there's one that's marked black. That will be the blacks of the eyeballs. Then I have to cut, see, there's a lot of just little pieces in this. Yellow 1. So yellow 1 is going to be, so wait, this was his toes. Oh, his eyeballs actually have 2 colors of yellow in them. And his feet have 2 sections. One that's kind of I guess this part of your hand, and then one has the what would be the toes part of it. So you can either do them the same or do them 2 different colors. I honestly think I'm going to probably just do them the same color because I don't want to have to dig out 15 different things of paper, and it'll be fine. And then this is marked as white, and that will be the white of his eyes. Now I see a section in the back that's dark. That must be the background that comes through. So that's another reason why I guess picking a dark color in the back is good, because when it shows for the eyes, it'll have that darker outline to the eyes. So I'm gonna, fix them up a little bit and cut this stuff out, and then I'll be back. So I've cut everything out. I had to actually cut my arms and feet again because I tried it with a Copic, and they just didn't look right. So I just used a little bit of vintage photo distress ink with a little finger dauber, and they came out. I'm using the ink that's already in the stub, or that's been in here. I just needed a little bit for definition. I didn't really want to age it per se. So now, man, this is where did the arm go? I don't know where his arm went. All right, we'll have to figure that mystery out. He may have to be a one-armed dragging for a little while. So this is the leg. And there really, that I can see, there isn't any, he doesn't have any embossing on there. So you kind of have to line up the foot first. And then I guess it'll just, yeah, it just falls in line over there. So you're just kind of lining it up with this bottom here. And then once you line the bottom up, the rest of it does. And like I said, I just wanted a little bit of edging on there to give it, just trying to make sure all my glue's there, just to give it a definition so you see it as something different. And then this stays the same, but that little foot that keeps getting lost on me over here goes over here. So the leg is going to stay the same color. That's going to bother me. I don't know about you, but that bothers me. Like, I would think it should all match. So you just hide that back section from the, as I move it off. You're just looking to hide that section that's behind there and cover it up with that little foot. So that's that. When I find his arm, we'll put that on. I forgot, we have more scales for his tail, which he's gonna have a lot of different colors of scales, because I got the red on his head, I've got the background one showing, and then this one. So he's got 3 different colors of scales. That's another thing. I don't know. I'm like one of the people like they should all match, but who really cares? He would probably be cute if he did them all like in shades of, like I said, like pink or something like that. So then I cut out my other, like I said, this is the stuff that goes with the toes and the eyes and all that stuff. I cut that out of a gold. And I just did them both the same color. And then I cut out the whites of the eyes and what's going to be like the pupils. I just did them in white because I don't want to have to keep digging out a bunch of different colors of paper. So if you're a person that likes to, you know, just color, then color it. I'm going to just color the eyes in, but I'm going to use the shimmer paper for the others. But I wouldn't be surprised if you just did it all, you found it easier to just cut it all out of like one color, like I said, like a white, and call it a day, because it probably would get to be a lot easier to do. But he is so cute. And did you see I put another scale there, and if I bring it up close, you'll see there's a little bit of a line there, but otherwise you'd never know. So I think he looks cute with the extra scale coming down his neck. Just saying, just me, just me. So let's punch all these pieces out. I don't know where that one goes yet. Oh, these were the toes and the other, okay. So I'm just using my tweezers, and like I said, this stuff comes out so nice. I'm gonna jinx myself on these ones. No, they just fell right out. So these are the like bigger part of the feet. So they're gonna just go right over there. And I keep putting all this glue down. Oof. There's probably enough glue that I could just stick the little, these are the little toes. And you can kind of see like one goes longer and the other's more like square. I'm not even trying to get too much glue on there. God, this stuff just dries like clear because I make so much mistakes. I'm like way too heavy with my glue. That's why I go through like tape runners. Like I stopped kind of using tape runners because I was, even with the big ATG gun thing, I was still going through it. I'm like, you know what? I'll have to do a video on that because it's so much more economical, I found, to just use the liquid glue. And with my amount of gluing, cool. Well, let me see now. Oh, there's like 3 little chunks. Almost looks like somebody took a bite out of it. That looks like it goes up. Now I lost the toes. There they are. Yeah, the little bites go up. And I don't really find that this is kind of matching up too much on this side, but you do kind of have to cover up this little bit of an edge with it. And then it almost looks like, again, you got like a chunk coming out of it, and then you have these like three like finger looking things. The little finger looking things go down. And I'm gonna wipe some of this glue off. And they will fit right over top. So, I don't know if you can see that. You gotta have to kind of line up the little chunks that looks like somebody took a bite out. But I just put them on there and then move it around. Like I said, that'll dry. That glue dries clear. Ooh, his little hand didn't get glued down. Look at that. He looks like he's got like he looks like he's got like 4 hands instead of, you know, the 2. Let's see if I can wipe that extra off in there. Well, that's good because my fingers weren't really like matched up too well. That's probably why, because I didn't have them glued down. So there we go. Like that's glued down good. Now I gotta find the other arm and do his eyeballs. So we'll do the eyeballs. I have a feeling that it fell on the ground because, you know, if anything falls, it's gonna fall on the ground. It can't just stay on the table. So his eyes are kind of like an egg. You know how like an egg is like rounded and it goes up to a point? So it looks like you want the point coming down. He almost looks cross-eyed in my opinion, but that's just me. But that makes him cute, even more cute. So this one's got a flat side on it. I'm telling you, just put them down however you want. I ain't stressing about it because it's not like he's Mickey Mouse and everybody in the world knows what Mickey Mouse looks like. You know what I mean? He's Rupert. Who knows what a Rupert was before you made him? Nobody. Tim did. Tim made him. But I don't think Tim even was expecting he was going to look like all the versions of what everybody's made it. Somehow this stuck to my finger. So I'm going to glue down these tiny little pieces that were, I'm going to use that little bit of glue that oh God, did it dry already? There's a little bit there. Well, let me just stick a little bit down here. Because I know if I try to put glue on the back, this is so tiny. It's like a pin head size. Like these things are tiny. You may even just, depending on what color you pick, just put the dot right on that other yellow page. So I've got one on there. Let me put my glasses down. I see better without them. And then I'm going to just do my little fine tip Sharpie pen on there. And there you go. And now I gotta do the other one. And find his arm, and then he's done. So you will have to keep watching because I'm going to have a total of, I think it's going to be 4 dies of Tim's that's going to make up this card. Although I don't think one of them is a Colorize, so I probably won't do too much of a video for that. One of the Colorize looks like it's pretty easy. I'm going to have to look around while we talk. Yeah, here it is, right on the floor. Right next to my heater. So, you'll have to tune in so you can see. Let me get these out. See, that was all I cut. That little tiny corner is what I cut off to make his extra scale. So, I'm going to throw that in the trash now. So, these tiny little things, I'm going to put on my storage card, I do like to show you how I store these. You know, there isn't really like a definitive like what you have to do, but I would recommend storing these so that you don't lose the small pieces. I'm going to wind up putting these, I like to store them in these, in those, the big envelopes that I'll show you at some point. I show them in a lot of my videos for how I store my stuff. But I'm going to wind up just leaving these big ones. I don't need a magnetic sheet for these because they're so big. So I'm going to wind up just putting these all on a card. But I tend to like to put the small ones on the inside of the magnetic sheet. So I'm going to put them on a magnetic sheet like this. Because if the thing's flimsy, the outside ones seem to fall off, not so much the stuff on the inside. So I'm going to just put these two big ones back in here. Then I'm going to cut a small piece of one of those magnet, the vent covers. So I'll just cut a small piece and then I'll stick these on them and I'm going to stick that in there. And that's how I'll store that. So Rupert is finished. I think he came out really cute. So thank you for watching today. If you found some inspiration out of this, please give me a thumbs up. Ooh, I think, see, you can do whatever you want. I think I'm going to, one last thought I'm having as I'm digging through my trash here next to me. I may take and make his tail, the tip of his tail red. I don't know, you have to tune in to see if I actually finish that off or do that or not. And like I said, I may do some grit paste, but looking here now, I don't think I'm going to because he's just cute. He's cute the way he is. I may do some red on this scaling here too and piece that in. I haven't made up my mind yet. Because what you can do is you can take that big one and cut it and then put it back behind his neck. If I did another one, I think that's what I would do because I think that really needs some extra something. But anyway, I could have done these in a red too. So that's Mr. Rupert for now. I'd appreciate some thumbs up if you found some inspiration out of this video. And you can subscribe down below. And that'll put my new videos in your feed for when I have new videos coming up. So like I said, I have at least 2 more videos to show of pieces and components that I'm going to put in this card. And then I have a video to show the card. So have a wonderful night, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.